Hello everyone, my name is Cetus and welcome back to my Let's Play of Europa, Eurosales 4 for Italy. We are in the middle of a war against Brittany that France pulled us in because they just wanted a little help. This war includes Great Britain, Switzerland, and a few other countries. And we are just helping out by attacking Switzerland. So right now we're sieging down their capital and one other place. We'll probably clean up the rest of the country and help France that way. Switzerland has a few troops passing down. We have very specifically not asked for any land at the end of this war because we don't want the aggressive expansion. We're trying to let that die down so we can take the rest of Italy whether we want, because there's 2 provinces. We're down to only needing 2 provinces to create Italy. So it's going quite well. We are losing troops to attrition, but that's fine. Switzerland's going to catch this army out. Oh, nope. All that 30k army of France's will catch their army out and then it will disintegrate. France is a bad nation to be at war at because they have so many troops. And I've played them once a really long time ago. I only think there was like 2 expansions out at the time and they were really fun because they're really powerful. I believe, if I recall right, they're one of the best nations for world conquest. So one of my dreams, and it is a bit of a dream, is to do the thing to reform the Roman Empire, which I probably won't try in a video series because I feel like that video series would be like 100 episodes just to get there. Seems like that would get boring at some point. We're just going to increase speed here because this isn't going to be a very exciting war. France is going to do most of the work. We're just trying to, participate and show them that we care in a fashion that costs us the least amount of troops. Actually, we had so much manpower, it probably doesn't even matter. So we've taken that. My game's kind of hitching a little bit at this speed at this point. Let's just, actually no, we'll take this other province. Try and force Switzerland out of the war by conquering all the land and building up a lot of war exhaustion. That will help. Okay, so Switzerland is fully conquered, which is great. We're gonna say no to all these military access requests because I don't want to bother reading them. And let's see who we're at war. Great Britain, Switzerland. Okay, where's Bohemia? Oh, it's this tiny little country. Oh, this war is just gonna go. Okay. We're done. We're going to come back and chill out in our own land. We did our part. We're good. Wasn't that a revolt? I think it was, but I don't know what it was. Probably one of their wars. That's okay. We don't mind. Let's look at our idea. Let's grab our next trade one, which is trade range. So we can have control trade at a greater distance. France pieced out Switzerland, which is exactly what we wanted. Out of curiosity, what does it count as our participation in this war? Okay, of their success, we were responsible for 29% of it. That's really good. That's a solid... it's a solid commitment. That's a solid helping out. Okay, I think we're back to just chilling out. Let's spend some money. Let's improve our territory. We'll grab 2 more factories. And we could grab some temples. A couple of places were good for production. So we'll grab the production facilities. And let's grab a couple of temples. This might be the most built up I've ever made my country because I normally play countries where I can be much more aggressive and expand much faster. We'll take the prestige loss. We have 56 prestige, so we have prestige to spare, and it's better than losing admin power. I'd only like to play countries where I can expand a lot. And a lot of countries are better set up for expanding. Expanding in Europe is perhaps the trickiest because there's just so many little, really powerful countries that it can get very messy. Where if you play, in other areas down here, well, we can't see much of it yet. But a lot of these countries, hang on. Current heir will die and I gain a church. Or current heir dies. In the arms of a maid I find solace. So I get an heir with a weak claim. So I am 61. I'm probably not going to live much longer. So I'm kind of concerned. I'm kind of concerned of having no heir. So maybe a weak heir is better than no heir. But it takes a few eras to get past having a weak heir. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Because it's a pretty decent heir at the same time. But that weak claim's gonna hurt us. When they switch to being in power, they're not gonna have a strong... The legitimacy will be really low, which will encourage people to revolt and etc, etc. But it's a pretty cool heir, like 5 admin and 5 diplo. The military's low, but we've been doing really good with the military. I think we'll be okay. What I was trying to say, though, is like a lot of countries... Oh, hi, Russia. A lot of countries have been swallowed up now, but there's a lot of little countries here and a lot of little countries here, even in Africa to some extent, where you can really like rapidly expand without making everyone angry. Because when I say little, I mean little in the form of development and power, but they own a lot of land, so it's stretched out. Like the Golden Horde, they own a lot of land, but they're not going to be anywhere near as powerful as even some of the smaller countries in Europe. Just because of the development in their territory. And that makes it easier. When your country's bigger, it's easier. You can attack up here, and if they're all big countries, like not many people get angry. It's just a little easier to manage. I've also been thinking of doing a Japan run one day, and Japan is just a million tiny little countries at the beginning. It isn't unified. And that can be an interesting run. We're going to grab the military tech because we have nothing else to spend it on. Well, we could have improved our country, but we'll just, for the sake of argument, pretend there's nothing better we could do with it. We get better cannons out of that. Only one type, so no choice. What does Ottomans want from me? They want military access? Yeah, no. No military access for you. Hostile rhetoric. Let them cower. Aggressive expansion hits us harder. Don't want that. Smooth them over, lose diplo power. Absolutely want that. Now, speaking of that, how is our aggressive expansion doing? It's getting down there. 15 for Austria. Switzerland just hates us. Mine is 40. But a lot of 15s. I think we could maybe consider doing something. Feria hates us, but that's okay. Milan hates us, but that's okay. Yeah, a lot of countries down here hate us, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Because we just need, like, we're so close. I'm gonna get too aggressive, and I'm gonna lose everything because I'm just pushing for the end. We need those 3 territories. I don't know how we're gonna make war with Tuscany, because we're already in a war with them, so we can't declare war. That's funny. Let's declare war on these guys. Let's not think. We'll pull in 2 of our allies. We're not going to think about it. We're not going to hesitate. We're just going to do it. What could go wrong? I have a truce with them. That's what could go wrong. I have a truce until 98. Okay. So you can break a truce, but it's -5 stability, which would be, you know, roughly, let's say 500 admin power to fix, roughly. It's very expensive. And then everyone trusts you less, and everyone's happy with you because you're not honorable, and it's just not worth, it's rarely worth doing. I know some people do it from time to time, but it's rarely worth the effort. So what else can we build? More factories. We're going to be a factory nation. Might look into building up a level 4 fort, maybe improving my capital one, or like it doesn't, with this much money, like we're becoming really rich. We could also just save up a ton of money And if anyone dares come after us for going after people, just buy all the troops. Am I allied with you? No, but you'd be willing to marry me. That's odd. I need your land. So I'm going to end up going to war with you. So I'm going to build a spy network. And who are you allied with? Who's a good... I'm looking for the person I can attack to pull into the war. That's really awkward. I could attack them to pull them into the war, but they are so far away. I can't get a claim, and it makes things messier. I could attack... Or I could break my alliance with these guys, because they are allied with Tuscany, and I could use that avenue into attacking them. Which might be worth doing. Just because I'm never going to be able to vassalize them. I'm still choked. That was my territory, and it's a very good territory. Okay, let's do it. Let's dissolve my alliance. And then we're going to revoke my guarantee as well. Because obviously if I'm guaranteeing their independence, we can't protect them. They're going to hate us because we betrayed them. And they're not going to trust us because we betrayed them. But that's fine. It's fine. Lose stability or gain corruption and lose money. We'll lose money. We have all the money in the world. We have a decent amount of corruption, but we could spend money to root it out if we needed to, because money is just not an issue for us. So what are we up to? We're at plus 34, and we're paying for way better and more expensive advisors than we ever have. So we're doing great. What we just need at this point is we need our truce to expire in 98, so 4 years for that one. France ended that war. We gained 20 favors with them because we helped out so much, and they didn't give us anything, so they give us favors instead. So we're gonna spend a bunch of this. We're gonna spend 20, get our trust to 71, which means that they think we are highly trustworthy, which greatly improves the odds that they will support us in war, whether that's attacking or defending, or really just anything. If I have to ask favors of them, they're way more likely to help out people they trust than anyone else. We can afford another factory. Let's just keep going. Until we have all the plus 0.2 ones, we'll just keep going. More tech. We'll grab the admin. The Ottomans have warned us again. That's fine. The Ottomans don't like us. I think it's because I did this, and they're a little grumpy about it. Well, that's okay. I don't actually care. We can gain Diplo power, or we can gain more conciliism, which we will gain. I wonder how... Is it in the trade node? Where I can see... So I have 24% of it, which means I get plus 48 provincial trade power modifier. So my provinces provide 28% more trade power. And embargoing countries is 12% more effective, which I've never done or talked about, but you can embargo a country, which it's really oddly complicated. But if you have more trade power than them, you can embargo them, and it can greatly inhibit their trade power. But you got to be careful, because if they're not your rival and you're not more powerful, I think it can affect you just as much, if not worse. So it's a powerful tool, but it's a tricky tool to use properly. I suppose what I should be doing now is gaining a claim on this province as well. So we'll build spy network over here. We can grade... How's our trade tech? So our trade tech's behind, so we won't grab the idea, and we'll wait and grab the tech. We want to stay top of the line. Black news. Yeah, my king died. If you recall, I was worried my king would die. So our stability was -1. I boosted it to 0, and we don't have the admin power to boost it further, which I would like to do. Our heiress... oh, I didn't realize it was girl. She has a very weak claim, probably because she was born out of wedlock, if you recall from the event earlier, and did I say B? And A then? Two, she's a girl, and in this era, people were stuck up. So between those two things, her claim is pretty bad to the throne. But she's 3 years old. She can't even inherit the throne if we wanted and no one else wanted. So for now, my queen consort is regent of the country. So my wife is running the things, and she is not a particularly great queen. 1 admin power, 4 diplo, and 0 military. And she is extra weak. Oh, she has loose lips. So she gives away secrets all the time. But that's okay. Foreign spy detection has never bothered me too much. It can be a bit of a problem. No, it's never bothered me too much. I mean, there are things you can do that are a problem, but it's like you have a claim on my country. Ooh. If you think you can attack me, then I'm probably in trouble anyway. I really can't afford the stability hit at this point. We just don't. We don't have it, so we'll lose the set of powers. And what are we at? 97? When does our truce end? 98. So next year. When does our truce with our old allies end? 99. Oh, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Yeah, no. What are we thinking? Last time I said maybe 2 more episodes, the Ottomans came in and gave us a good spanking and set us back many episodes. So maybe I shouldn't say that, but I'm kind of thinking maybe only 2 more episodes and then we'll be good. Then we'll be done. We have tons of money again. Let's build up those factories. Oh, we have enough tech that we could build the factory in Roma now, which required tech 16, and that was plus 0.71 gold per ton, which is amazing. And then we'll just grab that one because why not? Factories everywhere. That's how we roll. We're still making ridiculous amounts of money. Oh, and I actually have enough claim in here. What I want is this country, which is... I can't get a claim on it. Okay, we'll grab that one. You can only fabricate claims on ones you're next to. So I couldn't. We will grab a claim on Umbria as well, just because. And then we'll stop building a spy network there, just so I have an available diplomat. Oh, and this one's good too. So let's grab our claim on them and stop building a spy network. So we're set up for 2 wars. And then we're very close to being able to do this war. What is it, 98? September? Okay, so end of the year, March. Maybe we won't build up anything and we'll just kind of set ourselves up for this nice war. May, June, July, August. France ruler died. September. So I think our truce is done. It is. Excellent. So, let's just make sure this will be fine. Yeah. That will be fine. That'll be fine. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm going to call this episode here, as that's a good spot. And then our next episode, we will continue our campaign to form Italy, which I'm going to say it. I think 2 more episodes, and we'll see what happens. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.